Hey, this is the Sheet Music Guy, and you're watching my music blog, where I talk about the craft, trends, and theory in modern pop music. Music genres are not born equal. Some of them don't have to work as hard to get the same results. In fact, some of them are downright lazy. Sometimes I wish I could be this cool with this little effort. Sometimes I wish I could be just like you, hip-hop music. Today I want to talk about why hip-hop is the laziest genre purely from the perspective of song structure. In modern music today, there are arguably only three genres when it comes to song structure: pop music, EDM, and hip-hop. Pop music consists of alternating verses and choruses, then something different, and then more choruses for good measure before it ends. EDM is built around builds and beat drops with verse-like things in between. You'll notice that both EDM and pop music have about 2 to 3 musical parts, all of them usually different from each other. Verses, choruses, bridges, builds, and beat drops. There is actually quite a lot to manage. Hip-hop, however, has just one part. It's called the beat, and it repeats throughout the entire song, pretty much unchanged. So when they say the beat don't stop, they really mean it. They really mean it. But what about the chorus? I mean, the catchiest part of the song has to be different than the rest of it, right? Nope, it's not. Choruses in hip-hop songs, which are now called the hook for some reason, are nothing more than the exact same beat, but with more layers of instrumentation and other stuff on top. Here, let's check out a few. Here's a verse, and a hook, verse, and hook, verse, and hook. Compare this to a pop song verse. Totally different from the chorus. Okay, that was a little dramatic. Maybe this verse and this chorus. Or maybe this old gem and its chorus. See, for rap music, the structure can be easy, super lazy, and yet still work, because this style of music is something you groove to, that you bob your head to, without interruption. You actually don't want it to change too much. While pop and dance music has peaks and valleys in energy, in hip-hop, you want the energy level and the groove to be consistent. You would think that this gets boring, hearing the exact same loop for 3 to 4 minutes straight, but it doesn't. Why is that? Well, one thing producers sometimes do is throw in something different every few rounds to stop the beats from getting too repetitive. For example, for every 3 bars of this, you'll get one of these. And for every 3.5 bars of this, you'll get a half bar of this. This doesn't happen too often though. I think the reason hip-hop still sounds fresh despite the repetitive beats is in how they manage the rap vocals. For pop music, although there are lots of different repeated musical parts, like verses, choruses, bridges, and whatever, each instance of these vocal parts are musically identical to each other. Only the lyrics change. Here's verse 1 of Ariana Grande's Problem. And here's her belting out verse 2. Different, unintelligible words, but same everything else. In hip-hop, each verse is totally different. Although there's no melody to compare, the tones and vocal inflections change in each verse, as well as literally when they say the words, otherwise known as rhythm. Each verse is like its own freestyle, independent of all the other verses. No 2 verses are the same. Here, check it out.
I can't tell you what it really is, I can only tell you what it feels like.
And verse 2.
You ever love somebody so much you can barely breathe when you're with them, you meet.
When you compare this to identical pop verses, it's like night and day. Even hip-hop songs with big pop vocals tend to follow the hip-hop template rather than the pop song format. Both Eminem and B.O.B. did this with their crossover hits, Love the Way You Lie and Airplanes. If you ignore the fact that the piano, guitar, and synth tracks swap in and out for each section, kind of like the vocalists, you can hear that the actual music doesn't ever change. Here, let me prove it to you. I'm going to play the chorus in the left speaker and the verse in the right speaker at the same time. You tell me if they're identical or not. Okay, first, Eminem, Rihanna. And go.
Just gonna spend
now here's B.O.B. and Hayley Williams. Now. Crazy, huh? I freaking identical. So that's it, right? All music genres fall into these clearly defined rules? Well, it might seem that way, for now. But the rules start to bend once these genres start merging together, which I'll talk about next time. You might see somebody you know. Until then, if you like this video and can't wait to see the next one, give me a thumbs up and subscribe, and I'll see you next time.